What's up, everybody? I'm Cebeaux. Welcome back to my channel. This video is a little different from what I've typically done in the series, but it's for a couple reasons. So I recorded this video fully intending to do a voiceover, but there was supposed to be audio in that video as well. And I was going to include and keep that audio, but my mic was still muted, which is, unfortunate, but what can you do? And so, yeah, this entry in this series, this one is going to be called Hottest Fish Grease. And to put it simply, it was because I was angry. I was angry for a lot of reasons, which I will explain in a moment. But let me give you just a tinge of a background, what was going on. So I recorded this video that you're watching June 23rd. Of course, I was doing my hair before I needed to head out to the office, but I was rushing this time because I needed to get to the office for a meeting. But unfortunately, I got a phone call from daycare, so I had to essentially get my antennas in high gear, run to daycare, handle some with the kids, and then get back home before my meeting. All that to say, I never did make it to the office, but it all worked out in the end because I was able to stay home, do what I needed to do for work, and get some rest, all that. Now, as for the meat and potatoes of this video, as far as doing my hair, it's still mostly the same routine. So I use the Alpha G for the first leave-in, then I followed it up with the Miel Rosemary Mint, and then I did the Amika hydrating anti-frizz treatment, and then of course I blow dried my hair, and then of course I followed up with the Miel mint almond oil my scalp, all the things, typical, right? But something in this video that helped me this time was that, number one, I wasn't talking while doing my hair. I was still talking to myself a little bit, thinking that I had audio. Because like I said, there were some things that I was saying that I intended to keep in the video, but that didn't happen. But me not talking through my entire process saved me a tremendous amount of time, since I like to run off at the mouth in these videos. But honestly, the reason why I wasn't talking in these videos because I was mad at the time of this recording. I mean, like I said before, hot as fish grease, mad. This was the third day that I was mad about this specific thing, but it was more like a culmination of like just being mad about how things were in the world, I guess, and just being mad about how we have to keep paying premium prices for like subpar things. And like the catalyst of my feelings was, the catalyst of me feeling this way, rather, it was the steam machine. That was aimed to be like no more than like $750, and that thing was like $1050 with no type of controller and only 512 gigs of storage, like the whole same song and dance, right? And if this ain't, if you're not a gamer, if you're not into tech or whatever, this might sound like Mandarin to you, but just go with me here. So originally for this video, I was going to have like a whole think piece where I did a voiceover talking about that and how things are just so expensive. And I decided against it because when I was initially recording it, I was coming off as complaining. So I scratched that whole thing while I was recording. I'm glad I did that because, it's important for me to acknowledge that, I have these feelings, but quite frankly, they don't align with God's word and his promises for my life. So with that being said, I'm standing in agreement with God's promises for my life, for me, my husband, my children, those connected to me, and I just refuse to believe that I won't have and obtain the things that I want. I've been saying for years, just as an example, right? Just go with me here. For years, I've been saying I wanted a RevAir, right? And eventually I was just like, you know what? I done cut off my hair. This will be the perfect opportunity for me to obtain this RevAir. And it happened to be a sale, and I was able to figure out how to get it. So, and I just thank God that I was able to do this because he's blessed me to have the resources to do this. And, so this is just another goal for me to work toward, to obtain or to create something new, another device or something like that. But yeah, I'm glad that this video completely lost all the audio because I was really able to redirect how I was going to do this video in the first place. And it's just important to realize that some things aren't going to come along in the way that we initially thought it was. And that's just a testament to everything, like specifically like this video, for example, too. So I'm going to use this hot fish grease to fry up some fish and make some shake out of this. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't realize, as another example, I didn't realize I was gonna make a whole series out of using the RevAir to regrow my hair. Nor did I think I would have to do something like build or, tinker with PCs and PC parts so that I can stay on track to create like the gaming content that I'm looking to make, like not only on YouTube, but in Twitch and other platforms. I love how I'm getting an email while I'm recording this. All in all, my hair is growing. I can see the difference. And, just because I had to take a detour doesn't mean that I'm not going to make it to my destination. I think what was happening at the time of this video and how it turned out is exactly a testament to how to take what's dished at me, take that and make a little snack, make a little meal out of with it. And you know what I'm saying? And, at the end of the day, I'm eat. Ah! Anyway, that's the end of me rambling and talking. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check me out on socials if you want to catch me live. Catch me on Twitch and Kick. I be doing my little YouTube shorts where I'm walking every day and other things. So in any case, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all to life. I'll holla. I'll see y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.